Hi, I'm Mark Upton from teamsportcoaching.com and talking again today about our PlayerTube software, which allows you to upload video onto the internet for your players to view. And we've given them some examples about just using it as a simple online video library or as another way of creating what we call the coachable moment, where when you're training on the field as a coach, sometimes you'll freeze the play and question players on what the right decisions or actions were based on your game style or game plan. So we've talked about how you can recreate that using PlayerTube as well. As another example today, I want to go through how you can use it as more of a playbook style interface, I suppose. So by using screen recording software, is to record your diagrams or animations that might be in PowerPoint. You can still use video from your video analysis or editing software. You might have key points as well. How you can actually record your screen, a bit like I'm doing at the moment, and talk through your different setups and plays and strategies, and then have that saved as a video that you can then upload to PlayerTube so that all your players can access and view them. So I'm going to run through how that might look and work. And particularly using a screen recording program called Jing, which I'll put links to so that you can have a look at that and figure that out for yourself. But let's go and have a look at that process and how it might be effective in coaching your players. So I've finished using Jing Pro to record my screen, and we'll have a look in a minute at the sort of things I recorded on the screen. But the resulting output video is here on my desktop called Playbook Example. So this has been exported or outputted from Jing Pro as a video file, and I've also uploaded already to my PlayerTube library. So if we flick to the PlayerTube uploader here, I've got it here in the library ready to go. So now if we log into PlayerTube, we can see it here, Playbook Example, and I'm going to click on that. Let's just have a look at the things I recorded on the screen. I'll pause it for a moment, put it in full screen, and you can have a listen to what was recorded. So here's our stoppage setup when the ball was forward of centre, and here's our other players that come in, and now for our setup back of centre. Here's our other players appearing there, and now here's a video example of how we prefer to take the ball away from the stoppage from that setup. Okay, so I'll pause that and come back out. So you can see there that what I've done is just in PowerPoint created a couple of simple diagrams for Australian football stoppage setups. Talked over that or explained those in obviously very simple terms, and then used a video example from my video analysis program to perhaps reflect what those diagrams and setups are about. So there you go, that's really how easy it was to create, I guess, a little playbook example using stoppage setups. Now we can make it even a little bit better. If say that video file was might have been 2 or 3 minutes long, might have contained 5 or 6 different stoppage setups, then we can use the commenting feature to add almost chapters or links to a specific point. So let's go back to, if we play it through. So this was here's our stoppage setup when the ball was forward of centre, and where we explained what was happening, other players that come in, and we've linked to our second diagram. So if we pause it there and add a comment, we'll just call this second diagram, save that comment. You can see now we've got a comment called second diagram. So if we go again back to the start of the video and play it, I could click here on second diagram for our setup, and we're taken now straight to that point in the video and it begins to play. And now here's a video example. Let's pause it here and also just add a link to video example. So it's sort of like adding chapter markers or links. So save video example, show all comments. So again, I can click and go straight to my second diagram example, or I can click and go straight to my video example and now play that of how we prefer to take the ball away from the stoppage
from that.
Okay, to take it a step further, to use the highlights feature, if this was a player, he might think this second diagram that explained this stoppage setup might be one that he perhaps has struggled to remember or really wants to note and refer back to, so he could add it to his highlights. So this becomes like a personal playbook for him of some of the things that maybe he or she struggled to remember. Again, now if the videos, remember how the highlights work, whatever video is playing, as soon as we click on the highlight, it will load in the appropriate video and go straight to that point. So we should be at our second center. There it is, our second diagram setup. So hopefully there's that gives you a clear picture of how you can use screen recording software. In this case, I've used Jing to record your PowerPoints, your diagrams, video, whatever it is that's on your screen. You can also do webcam recordings, and then you upload it to PlayerTube, perhaps add some chapters or links in direct to certain setups and plays, and that then players can also make their personal library, if you like, of the plays that they're interested in. Yeah, that's basically another way that it can work, and hopefully that's of interest to you or could be beneficial in your coaching. So like always, if you've got any questions, comments or queries, then email PlayerTube at teamsportcoaching.com or follow some of the links that will show up in a second at teamsportcoaching.com, or check out Jing as a screen recorder software.